I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Was In A Cult, on Facebook at I Got The Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got The Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi guys, it's Deb.
And Laura.
And it's another wonderful episode of I Got the Hell Out. And on an off note here, we've been giggling all morning because I just let Laura... See, I work for Laura because she dated a guy that I work for. And he's like, oh, baby, you need someone to clean your house for you. Well, I don't work for him anymore, but I work for his mother. And Laura, your ex-boyfriend was in a cult. Did you see this coming?
You saw my face this morning when you told me, didn't you?
I should have saved it for the show, but I didn't think it would be this funny.
Oh, my God.
Literally, his mother was telling me, he would carry around a Bible and trying to save people. And
oh, my God.
Shout out to you. Now, why did this not ever come up when I was working for him? We had something in common.
I know. You guys could have bonded over culty stuff.
No. He was not my type. That's why you dated him. He was your type.
Looking back, no, he wasn't.
You were making dresses out of them red flags.
Oh, those red flags were flying left and right, and I was just gathering them and keeping them, and oh, yeah.
Anyway. Thought you'd get a kick out of that.
If I just start, randomly laughing.
Should we have him on as a guest, as an ex-cult member also, and as your ex-boyfriend?
Ooh,
that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Do you think he'd be up for it?
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, right. I'm sure.
Okay.
Moving on.
Shout out to my son, Jesse, otherwise known as Cult Baby.
Uh-huh.
He turned 23. I meant to mention it last week.
Oh, happy birthday. Belated.
Yeah. Happy birthday. He had a really good birthday and stuff. So, and, like to give a shout out to Jesse C. He actually partied with us up in Tionesta because, we always ask the question, how'd you find us?
Oh, that was the Indian festival, right?
Right, but he was staying in my friend's grandpa's camp.
Uh-huh.
And that was her cousin's new husband. And he answered the question, how did you find us? And he answered, through the grapevine. And I guess because I talked to a couple of people when I was writing my show that night.
Drunk Deb did.
Drunk Deb
wrote the show.
did.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess after we all packed up and left, they must have been letting their jaws a jabber.
Hey, all right.
So we don't get many men in our group. So hey, Jesse, nice to have you here. And shout out to Renee and Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met anybody named Gilly?
No.
Okay, what would you think Gilly is short for?
Gilly.
Okay.
I don't know.
I busted out with, I've never met anybody named Gilly before.
Gilly.
Is it short for Gilligan?
Well, that, or I was going to say, I know it's not pronounced the same, but Jillian?
It's Gilbert.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, he was in hysterical tears. No one ever guessed Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Okay, moving on. Weird odd fact.
Do tell.
All odd numbers contain the letter E.
Ah.
Look at your face.
Because right now I'm going through all odd numbers, right?
I figured, I could see the gears ticking in your head. 1, 3, 5, 7.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
9,
That's exactly
11.
what's going on. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we have now? Oh, you know what we forgot again?
Huh, Kool-Aid.
Damn Kool-Aid recipe. And the Kool-Aid recipe comes from us, from a Betty Lou tea.
Okay.
It's in pending post and I'm not there, so.
Okay.
And she must have been listening to Ailstorm too, or just been in the mood because hers is called the Gay Pirate.
Ah,
yes.
We need to have Ailstorm? Ailstorm. We need to have them on. Man.
That's like a storm of beer, ALE.
L-E. Okay, right, gotcha.
A beer storm. What could be better?
We need to have them on the show. They could sing.
They could.
They could sing.
They could dedicate it right to the cult. Anyway, it's 1 part of dark spice rum.
Yum.
1 part lemon lime Kool-Aid, and I'm assuming that's to ward off the scurvy. You know, pirates get scurvy. You know why pirates get scurvy?
Why?
Because they didn't have vitamin C.
Well, they didn't have oranges.
Well, that's what the lemon lime Kool-Aid's supposed to do. But Kool-Aid really doesn't have vitamin C.
I was just going to say, I can't see that being laden with vitamins.
Okay, 2 parts Diet Coke.
Ooh, oh, that sounds really good. It's like a rum and Coke with a little bit of fake vitamin C.
Supposedly. It's a gay pirate. I don't know. Okay, shall we go? What do you want to go to next?
What do we have to pick from?
Oh, we have Little Man Shit. We have Pending Post. We have Bread Sacks.
Let's go with Little Man Shit. I'll take Little Man Shit.
I'll take Little Man Shit
for 100.
Okay, as always, you know, I like to peruse their page just to see what little gems they have, okay? Now, they have their own magazine, believe it or not.
Oh, this is in addition to the newsletter.
Right, right.
Oh.
They got everything, Laura. You probably have to pay for the magazine because it's a magazine.
I'm sure it's a subscription.
No, you know all magazines have slogans at the top, right?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to hear what their slogan is?
Well, what's the magazine called? It's not the same as the slogan.
No, but I can't give that either.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, so what's the slogan?
We tell it like it is, like it was, and like it will be.
Okay.
And they even put commas in the right spots. I'm kind of impressed.
Wow, and there's Little Man's picture.
I know, it's creepy. I was scrolling through there today, and I accidentally hit the mute on one of the videos, and he started talking to me, and I dropped my phone. And it was scary. It was scary shit.
I thought you were going to say you hit the call button to call them.
No, I make sure my phone is my finger's well away from that. I did that a couple of scary ass times. No. Okay, this one kind of makes sense, but it doesn't. Okay. And this is from one of his sermons dated 9/11 of 04.
Mm-hmm.
Right after I left, you know, the next year type deal. At the same time, this earth is becoming more defiled, and you are becoming clean. There will be a group of people protected, and I pray you are one of them. But if you don't want to be, the door's open for you to leave at any time.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
That's basically what he was saying, but I don't ever remember that popping out of his mouth while I was there.
So wait, the world's getting dirty, but you're getting cleaner?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're the called out ones.
That's you're the only ones that count.
Right, because we're not being defiled and desinned on anymore. But we got to get rid of it.
Okay.
But see, you're called out of the world. And you're clean and holy. And you do all these ablutions and prayers and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Like the sun goes down and all of a sudden you're clean and all that.
Yeah, if you haven't touched a dead body.
Okay.
Yeah, there's things that'll make you unclean for a while.
Okay.
Bad things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else does he have to say? Oh, okay. On one of the posts, okay, all it simply said is, he knows how hard this law is and so forth, so I'm not worried. We are going to make it. God knows you are. He said you were. Okay? And I guess it must be somebody who's in the congregation who's a fan of the page.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God. It's really comforting to hear the 7th Moloch speak.
The 7th what?
Moloch. M-A-L-A-K. I forgot he went by that title, too.
First I thought you said 7th mollusk.
No. Malik, M-A-L-A-K.
Okay.
It's another form of a high angel, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
Something like. So now he's God. He's the 7th angel. Yeah. What isn't this man?
He's a little bit of everything.
That just is so sad to me. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this is an excerpt. It's going to be a little lengthy. I'm going to try and cut it down. But this is from his 5th book. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the article you read last week, I know was an old one, but you know, they were up to his 11th book.
Okay.
Right? So this must... Who thought it was a good idea to put all his words into print?
Probably him.
I mean, it's like reading vomit. It really is. And I have to try so hard to pick the ones that I think are okay or good, or he just sounds, his 5th grade education is showing through.
Oh, it shines through all the time.
Okay, we're going to chapter 31, verses 23 through 26. Okay, that's supposed to be 3 verses. Do you see that?
Oh, it doesn't even fit on your phone.
I'm not sure if it has punctuation either because I just skimmed through it. So if I start
Take
turning
a big
purple,
breath. Take a big breath and go for it.
Here, let me grab a drink real quick.
Grab a drink, grab a smoke.
Okay. In this time period that we're living in, mankind is going to see all of this destruction take place. Do you wonder why God is holding it back? If he let it go, there's no way we can finish bringing to perfection the amount of people he once brought to perfection. Brethren, you have to get this lesson. I see the encouragement in each one of these lessons. The things that I'm going to bring to you in this one, they're so wonderful what God has shown me. I've been bursting at the seams for months now to get you to where you can understand it. Then he goes on and talks about revelations and blah, blah,
I lost
blah.
interest after the second line.
Anyway, he says at the end, it's this is the time period for teaching God's word. And do you think I should have done this 40 years ago? I came to this town 40 years ago. I came to this wilderness 40 years ago. Can you imagine that? So is he aching his trip to traveling 40 years in the desert?
I was going to say
he's
he's using the 40 years in the Bible.
Did you ever look at a map of Jerusalem?
I'm sure I have, but not in depth.
Literally, you could walk around the entire thing in 40 days. How could you be lost in a desert that small for 40 years?
Maybe if you're not too bright.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm not sure. Yeah, and at one point he's telling you that learning to love God and love your neighbors does not come easily, Laura. He's flat out telling you,
Mm-hmm.
in most cases, it takes years to come to this perfection. Did it take you years to not hate your neighbors?
I like my neighbors.
I never hated my neighbors when I moved in.
Never
Have you ever hated your neighbors?
No.
He must be a very hateful man to hate his neighbors and take years to overcome it.
I mean, you would have to have neighbors that are real assholes to hate them.
I've had some neighbors that I wasn't really happy with, but,
You didn't hate them.
Is the word arrays, ARRAYS, a word?
I've never heard it, but that doesn't mean that it's not a word.
Okay, because we've made it to Pastor's Bread Sacks here.
Okay, what is it?
ARRAYS is the only way I can read this in this handwriting. So, I don't know. Oh, you're looking it up.
Oh, of course I'm looking it up. I got to figure out what this is.
I don't know.
It has to do with computer programming and data.
Really?
Arrays of numbers. Is he talking about that number crap?
No, this is... Oh my God, I can't believe you looked this up. Okay, now listen.
Does it make sense?
No, sort of. Semi. Not at all.
Okay.
All of the above.
All right.
Okay. Blessed is he, the great priest, little man, who comes in the name of God. He arrays his seed with righteousness, the fine linen, clean in pure. This is true love. Praise God. So is he program his little computers in the seed, like all his kids? Is that his...
I guess, because there's array in programming, an array in biology. An array is a systemic arrangement of similar objects, usually in rows and columns.
Oh, so he's
it's like an array.
He's putting his seed of righteous people in rows and columns, his little number crap that they're doing.
Yeah, an array of whatever. Yeah, we've heard that word. Duh. Like an array of...
Is it too early in the morning?
It's too early in the morning. Hey, I did not get home last night until 11:30 from taking my daughter to college. It was way past my bedtime.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Would you like another bread sack?
I always want another bread sack. Go for it.
Okay, well, maybe he is talking about arrays and the computer aspect and whatnot, because this second bread sack is, God has the highest frequency of love and unity. Pastor has the frequency that connects us to the spirit of humility in God.
The frequency?
Yeah.
Like radio frequency?
I'm assuming so. Like he's tuning
into God. He's tuning into God.
God.
I just picture him like with a little transistor radio with knobs. He's like tuning it in, like staticky, you know?
Oh my gosh. How are people swallowing this
well,
shit?
but why does he need the frequency if he meets him for coffee?
Maybe that's how he meets him for coffee, because we never did figure that one out.
From last week.
Right. Because, he was talking to God just earlier that day about how joyous his people was.
Well, maybe he like tunes in and God tells him this is when we're going to meet.
With the frequency.
The frequency.
The frequency. I don't know. Sometimes
I'm just picturing him by an old-fashioned radio trying to tune in, and there's a bunch of static.
A bunch of static. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're heading off to Bending Posts.
Okay.
We discussed this one pretty much before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Paige, we feel your pain. We understand completely. It sucks. Anyway, yeah, we just can't say nothing. Know what I mean? You're sitting there staring blindly at me.
No. I'm thinking now, like, we can't burn bridges.
No. Sorry. Yeah, but we feel your pain, though. And there is a Denise S. She's sharing a book that really helped her. It's about combating mind control. So,
ooh,
maybe if you know somebody who's in a cult, you've been in a cult, check it out.
Ship it off to my ex.
Oh my God, that is just too funny.
I could Amazon it to him.
You should. You should send him a Bible, ask him if he'd like to get back into it. I am so mean. I am so sorry to anybody I offended. But it just gives you such glee.
But we're laughing because it's him. That's what we're laughing at.
Yes. Are you done laughing?
Oh, hell no. I'm going to be giggling all day long.
I'm sorry. This is something that Jesse submitted for us. And I've seen 3 or 4 other people post about this. Apparently, somebody has a cult island. Have you seen it?
I have not seen that.
It says, think of my butt face when I joined today on Twitter to find out that 30 Seconds to Mars turned a religion. I guess it's a band. What's 30 Seconds to Mars?
No clue.
We got people yelling at us. You don't know who that is. Okay. She goes on to say, in the comments, a lot of people referring to a kind of retreat that looks more like a luxury camp, like my cult or my family comments with comments only for those who understand, or you wouldn't understand, or referring to the band's lead singer as Messiah. So I'm going to post this.
Oh, so it is a band.
Well, it's a band that, hashtag Mars Island. I don't know. Anyway, my son said that Little Man probably would have done a lot better if he would have bought a luxury island. We'd all still be there soaking in the sun.
Like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
It was all stranded.
How could they be stranded? They could make a coconut phone. They could do anything, I don't know. Anyway, if you want to read more up about that, and let's see. This one made my day, okay? This one is from a Jeannie W.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It says, sometimes I think to myself, do I really want a beer? Okay? Then I remember there's a super volcano under Yellowstone that is 40,000 years overdue, and when it erupts, it could potentially cover most of North America in ash and create a volcanic winter that kills half the world's population. And I'm like, hell yeah, I want a beer. But she writes and says, hi, Debriah, saw this and thought of you. I listen to the podcast every week. I've listened to every episode. And if anyone on this planet deserves all the beer she wants, it's you. So thank you, girl. People have looked at me for years. And I'm like, I have reasons I drink, man. I mean, come on. We all have reasons we drink. I do it not to
Yep.
kill people. You know what I mean? Okay. You're very
Got
quiet
more?
today.
I told you it was way past my bedtime. I'm getting old. I'm getting really old.
You look ready for a nap, for crying out loud.
I know. And it's only, 12:30?
Something like that. You're like, can you come over early?
I am going to do an escape room today. Did you ever do one of those?
I escaped a cult, Laura. I think that's a little harder to do. I don't think a room would be much of a challenge.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
You have fun escaping the room. I escaped the cult, okay?
You're a step ahead of me, okay.
We'll send you in. After you escape from the room, we'll send you in, undercover to a cult and see if you can escape there.
Oh my God, I'll stick with the room.
Okay, Esme says, a huge thank you to Deb and Laura for taking us on this journey. Love you guys for the time, effort, and all the fun you bring every week. Real life and crazy get us all spun up, but thanks for the weekly shit show. You guys rock. You rock too.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and a pickleback is whiskey chased by pickle brine.
Oh, good God. What a waste of whiskey.
What a waste of pickle juice.
What a waste of whiskey.
Okay, now she didn't give me permission to post this or not post this, so I'm just gonna cut it down. Okay,
go for it.
but an ex-member got a hold of me and says that it's almost third tithe year at the cult, and her boyfriend were talking because she hates it how much that her mom's always broke. Because you're always broke in third tithe year. Always.
Right.
You're looking forward to getting off that ramen express.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And her boyfriend was like, I should start a cult and get rich quick. And he's like, he thinks the theme is easy enough, and she's like kind of offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he actually wanted her to take him to the cult so that he could act up and make fun and get thrown out.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
he was 5 years old in a Baptist church.
Right. Right,
Yeah. Look at me. Hey girl, miss you. Okay. Guess this is short for Jerry, I don't know, Jer. Writes, I was in the grocery store with my headphones on, and a song called The Pointless Yet Poignant Crisis of a Co-Ed by Dar Williams came on, and part of the lyrics was, my ex-boyfriend can't tell me I sold out because he's in a cult and he's not allowed to talk to me. Those are the lyrics.
We are getting some really good songs
They
from
dropped
people.
they dropped the pork chops that they were looking at, busted out laughing, and when they looked up, everybody was staring at them. But they joyfully picked up their pork chops, chopped out, and kept laughing all the way, looking out like a crazy person. They regret nothing. So, yeah.
We're going to have, with all these songs, we need to put out like an album, the Cult album.
Well, there's a band called The Cult to begin with.
Yeah, I know that.
We can't be confused with them.
Oh, I don't think we would be, dear Lord.
Rockin' with the Kool-Aid.
There we go.
See, I even named it.
There we go.
But see, I think we'd have to get permission from all these bands.
I know, but how funny would that be? Because we're getting some really good songs from people.
I know that we never even knew existed.
I know.
And pirates keep coming up. And at work, we always get silly sometimes. And what do you want to listen to? And I had everybody listening to pirate metal. And it was funny because Gilberti, I think it was Gilberti, he already knew. No, it wasn't Gilberti. It was Christian. Christian already knew all about Ailstorm and Fuck You With an Anchor. And yeah. So guys at work have turned me on to some good music too. So, and I'm going to post this because I'm just going to leave it out there. If people find it, they find it.
Yep, I saw that.
I mean, is it that obvious?
You got to really look.
Okay, so.
Yeah. It took me a while to look and find that. I saw that.
Yeah, well, when this drops in about an hour or so, guys, go on Facebook, and I actually left something in here. Ha, 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 ha.
Little hint.
Like anybody needs a hint. I talked to an ex-member the other day who listens to us, and I'm like, So, do you think, people can tell what cult it is and they're like, oh my God, you'd have to be deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, and brain dead to not know what cult you're talking about? And
alrighty then.
Well, especially since, it's like glaring you in the face of how to find them.
Mm-hmm.
We've screwed up several times.
That is true.
Yeah, if you've ever called me out on a screw up, I'll send you a prize. Postcards are in.
Yay!
That's what I'm doing when I get home from work tonight, because I won't get home from work till 11.
Okay.
So anybody who sent me crap, I'm sending out postcards. Oh, well, we'll wait on that one.
You're not going to remember.
Oh, no, I will remember, because it's written in my book
okay.
Here. See, look, go even, circle that, okay? Now, remember we were talking about last week about it's not what you wear, it's not how much you've drank. It's the man's attitude.
Oh, about like sexual assault, rape, and all that. Okay. Right, yeah.
And I read this, and I think it needs added to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But Brienne says there will always be another woman out there who is not covered up, walking alone after dark, has had too much to drink, etc. She also has the right to be safe. Telling women to take precautions is just another way of saying, make sure he rapes the other girl. I'm not sure I exactly agree with that.
I don't agree with that either, because this is how I look at it.
And girl, I see where you're coming from.
Oh, me too. Me too. I totally see where she's coming from. But how do I say this? Unfortunately, we live in a world where this shit goes on. Okay? Now, that being said, unfortunately,
yes,
you need to take precautions. I'm not saying that a woman deserves it, but
you're still not going to walk through Squirrel Hill at night in a bikini.
There's certain things that, and I'm not saying that if you do walk around naked down the street, you deserve anything. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that, unfortunately, with the mentality that most men have,
well,
not all
most
men.
There's a lot of mental illness in there. Sex is an addiction too.
I don't think taking precautions is necessarily saying
somebody else.
Right.
Right. Now there's places I won't walk at night.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, you're going to need this. Hold on to that.
A stabby knife?
A stabby stick.
Stabby stick?
Yeah, you're going to need that.
For what?
Just
what? Am I going to whittle something? It's like a little pocket knife.
Did you eat your potato?
I did eat it. I ate half of it.
Was it smoky flavor and good?
It was good. It wasn't smoky flavor, though.
No,
but it was good.
We actually forgot the potatoes in the fire when we went swimming.
So they're like charcoal briquettes?
Well, no, somebody was nice enough to take them out for us.
Oh, good.
So they were good, when we ate them. Okay, Chris S. writes, I nearly choked on dinner again thanks to the podcast. Will I ever learn? When Deb was talking about the AI Buddhist priest, the first thing I thought was, oh shit, 6-foot plastic Jesus had a friend. Summer, my former neighbors had a 6-foot light-up plastic Jesus Christmas decoration.
6 feet?
I swear that thing looked not only into my kitchen window, but into my black little soul.
Could you imagine that looking in your window? 6 foot?
Creepy-ass Christmas Jesus looking in your window.
6 foot tall, anything is creepy. 6 feet tall.
A 6 foot tall Jesus.
Wow.
We should go around taping picture faces to people's windows, or the outside of their windows at night. Oh my God. That way when they turn the light on, it looks like somebody's peeking in the window.
Oh my God.
6 foot Jesus. Okay. Okay, we got to that.
So why do I need this knife?
Oh, you have a stabby stick.
Uh-huh, why?
Hold on. Ta-da!
Oh, a present! I get to open it up.
Well, yeah, you're going to read who it's from.
It is from Melissa S.
In what state?
Belleville, Michigan.
Yes, I was wondering if you were going to get that.
What, the MI?
Yeah.
Why, did you know what
There's
it was?
There's a stabby stick there.
Oh, the stabby stick to open it. I see. Okay. Gotcha.
I was addressed to both of us.
I know.
And I had no reason to open it, like the last one, to make sure it wasn't damaged.
Here, I don't even know how to close the stabby stick.
Look, do you see this little button right there?
Uh-huh.
push that in, and it releases the spring. Just make sure your fingers aren't there when you shut it.
Right. You know I've led a sheltered life.
Oh my God, you would die in the zombie apocalypse.
That's all right. Here, do you want to... Oh, there's lots of stuff in there. A little unicorn sticker.
Okay.
What? You're like killing people's ears.
Okay, well, I
open it behind your back. There you go.
I'm trying to. Is it still loud?
I don't know. People will tell us. Okay, what's in there?
Okay. Oh,
postcard.
Redneck Tractor. Hi, Deb and Laura. Stabby sticks for your keychains. Probably not super helpful as protection, but they do come in handy. I'm going to have to teach you how to use it, ain't I?
Uh-huh.
Yes. P.S. The treats are I can't read that.
What's this? Let me see.
It's that side.
The treats are from a shop I help manage.
Oh,
we styled them after the real Cracker Jack surprise. No digital shit from us.
No digital shit. Okay. Oh my God, these are so freaking cool. But do not take this into an airport.
Oh no, hell no.
Do not take this into a courthouse. Do not take this into a jail to visit somebody.
Oh my God, is that awesome? It is a key.
It's a stabby stick key.
It's a stabby stick key. It looks like a key that you could put on your key ring. But it's
that would do some damage if you wanted to stab in and up on somebody. I will take pictures of these afterwards.
Oh, take pictures. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, look, we got...
Cracker Jack prizes?
Yeah, well, should we open these afterwards or now?
We can open them after and put them on.
Okay,
take a picture.
We'll do that because we're not sure what's in it. Okay, yeah, see, the bestest stuff, the bestest Etsy stuff. Get your stuff from us.
Oh, Etsy's awesome. You know what? We'll post a picture of that too so people can look at her Etsy page.
So people can find it. How about that? Okay. Are you still giggling because Bob was in a cult?
Like I said, I'm going to be giggling all week long.
That's just too
And so's my friend Sherry.
Okay. Now, here's where we're getting down to the dirty here. Last week I posted, if I can find it, because see, I can never find crap. Oh, hi to Tatiana and all the guys. They're off the Burning Man wearing our shirt.
I saw that. That's awesome.
That is just so cute. I love that picture.
I know.
Oh, look, I'm not reporting a problem.
No, that is not a problem.
No, that is not a problem in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going to be able to find it because I'm...
What was it?
Okay. Denise S. She just left the church, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's having a hard time with it. Somebody's telling her, well, you're going to go to hell and you're not going to get to see your anchor babies. Do you know what an anchor baby is?
Is that like a miscarriage or something?
It's a baby that either, I guess, was a miscarriage or stillborn, or maybe your child just died after.
Okay, so it's a loss of a child.
It's a loss of a child that's
okay.
already in heaven.
Aww.
And she's being tortured by being told that God is going to be mean to her and she's never going to see her babies. That's just shitty.
That is really shitty. And why would you want to believe in a God that's shitty?
I can give you 10 scriptures where God tells you how to kill babies. Would you like them?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
But he does.
Oh, so she's never going to see her babies.
Well, she doesn't want to go to the church anymore. And it's not something you just wake up one day and go, hey, I don't believe this anymore. Right. Just like nobody wakes up one day and goes, I think I want a divorce.
Right.
Nobody wakes up and goes, I think I'm going to head over to the liquor store and become a full-blown alcoholic starting today.
Right.
These are decisions you slowly come to. Well,
it might not even be a decision. It just might happen.
True. But she asked her their stages, that you go through.
Like stages of grief type thing?
Yeah, anger and crying and it's my fault and it's their fault. She said her 20, I think she said her, I can never find anything, because we're recording and why would I be able to find it? Easily.
We would never be ready for anything. Come on.
Never ready for anything. Okay. But in getting out, you gotta kind of, here, look, this is the best way I can put it. Okay, come on.
What are you looking for it?
Oh, I know what I want to say. I just got to find it. Okay. I wish I had wrote most of these, but I didn't write any of these. You know, the things you steal from other people on the internet.
Yeah, like memes and stuff.
Yeah. Why don't I have it? Girl.
Like you have it, it's just in there somewhere, like buried with a bunch of other crap.
Okay, I found it.
All right.
Okay. The person who originally, I guess, wrote this is Brianna Weist. I always try and give credit where credit's due, but sometimes you got quotes and you don't know who they come from.
Right.
Okay. Anybody who is out there that is contemplating a major life change, whether you are going to get married, you're going to get divorced, you want out of your church, you're not happy with the mommy group you're in, whatever, okay? Maybe you're an addict and you finally need to get your life clean, or you need to get away from that abusive person that you're with. Listen very, very carefully, okay? The new life that you want is going to cost you your old one. It's going to cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you your relationships and your friends. It's going to cost you being liked and understood, but none of that matters. Because the people who are meant for you are going to meet you on the other side. And you are going to build a new comfort zone around the things that actually move you forward. And instead of liked, you're going to be loved. Instead of understood, you're going to be seen. And you're going to lose what was built for the person that you no longer are. So just let it go.
Wow, that is great.
I had to let go of everything, and like that was one stage of it where everybody that I liked and was my friends, they weren't there anymore, you know. One of their slogans was, "It's not a religion, it's a way of life." And it literally, when we joined, you traded your old life for the way they were living their life, down to the words you spoke or you didn't speak, what you wore, what you read, what you talked about, when you could have sex. I mean, the whole thing was just rebuilt. And it wasn't rebuilt overnight. Do you know what I mean? It took a really long time. And see, I came across this one too, and I don't know who to credit this one to.
Okay.
But nobody ever likes to talk about this part, okay? The part where you're no longer a caterpillar and you're not yet a butterfly. You don't know who you are and you don't know where you're going. All you know is that every fiber of your being is calling for transformation, for disruption, for a revolution of the spirit. So surrender and break down. This is not the death of you. This is the dying of who you once were.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
A lot of my identity was hung up in the cult for the longest time because that's who you are. And Denise, your family and your friends, there's going to be stages where they're going to try and guilt you. They're going to cry. They're going to tell you that they're going to miss you in heaven, but then they're not going to remember you. Because see, in the cult, once the weeping and the gnashing of the teeth is over with, have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's when God magically scrubs your mind of all the things that make you sad, kind of like a lobotomy. And then you're happy for eternity in heaven. I still don't see how that works. Do you know what I mean?
No. You know what else it sounds like when you're reading all of this, that the people that are making you feel guilty, it's like they know what buttons to push.
Of course they do.
And that's what they're doing. They are pushing those buttons where you're going to start doubting yourself. And they know how to get to you. Yes, they do. And I've said things to people that were leaving. We've discussed that before. And it was unfair. It was mean. It wasn't right. But it was done, you know? And people, love your fucking life. Take pictures of everything. Tell people you love them. Talk to random strangers.
do things you're scared to do. And just fuck it. Chuck it in the fucking bucket, Laura. Remember that. Just chuck it in the fucking bucket and move on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because so many of us die and no one remembers a thing that we did. Take your life from this very moment and make it the best story in the world. Don't waste that shit because it's your shit. Don't hand over the pen of writing your life to somebody else and let them write your story.
Write it yourself.
I have one friend that I love her to death. I know she doesn't listen. She's a different person when her husband walks in the room.
Oh, that's so sad.
She goes from laughing and fun and happy to suddenly silent, looking down, very quietly. Can I get you anything?
Oh, is he very controlling, it sounds like?
Yeah, very. And it just saddens me that she turns into somebody else, when he walks into the room. But sadly, we know people that will never leave the people that they're with. I was helping another friend, and, all her person says, he tells her, you're lucky I let you live here. Nobody would want you. And it's just
total emotional abuse.
Total emotional abuse, yeah. With a little other shit thrown in, but, that's not my circus.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I don't think have the mental stability to get out of something sometimes. And I wish everybody out there, you got the strength in you, you just got to do it.
Well, I think sometimes they don't even realize that it's going on. I don't think they're at a place yet where they realize.
Well, paralyzing fear is another thing, too. I mean, poor Denise, who just left the church, is being tortured by her family and friends, probably pastor, counselors, who knows. And then they're going to shun her, which will be another upcoming, especially if your children are adults. Like, I can't tell you the last time I spoke to my youngest son. He's going to be 21 in January, I saw him 3 years ago when he came for Christmas, and he wasn't allowed to stay at my house, per daddy's rules. So, but it's a hard decision to make and a hard decision to get out. And the things that happen afterwards, a lot of them are just absolutely soul-crushing. And, running into people that you used to love and do things with and are supposed to be your friends and your buddies, and they're not anymore.
Now, do you think if you know all of this stuff is going to happen, like the shunning and this and that, do you think it makes it a little bit easier if you know it's going to happen versus just a full-blown bam, like right in your face?
See, I knew it was going to happen.
Okay, so it doesn't. I'm just wondering. I'm just thinking out loud.
For me, well, you can think out loud. Good questions. For me, I knew it was going to happen, and it was immediately like the bitch I love to hate.
Mm-hmm.
Her hoity-toity crowd, the other highfalutins that didn't mess with the common folk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got to be that even the elders and their wives didn't really mingle with anybody but the elders and the elders' wives.
Mm-hmm.
Now I forget where I was going.
About, is it easier if you know it's going to happen?
I knew it was going to happen. And I told you, my friend Ken Rea, actually, she was supposed to be driving into town because she was a trusted one. She had been there since almost the beginning in the 80s and stuff. But she was driving into town, and my place was not directly on the way to town, but she could stop by for a couple minutes and hurry while she was in town, and it would never have been thought that she stopped.
Right.
But she's the one that was getting my kids and birds out when the house was on fire.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But she had to stop by and tell me that she couldn't talk to me anymore or see me because she was getting turned in and getting in too much trouble. And...
Did you see that coming?
It's one of those you're lying to yourself, because initially the shunning comes again from either the members that don't know you or just know of you, the ones you're not real close with. Your close friends are pretty much hoping you're still going to come back, so they're bending and breaking the rules a bit.
Gotcha.
I read you a letter that, Stacy wrote me. She was supposedly my best friend, one of my best friends. And, in that letter, she was stating that she didn't know God's plan and God's reason why. And sometimes she cries too. And I'm glad she's out now. But she was trying to guilt me into coming back. You know, oh, you can do this. You can't. It's not such a big thing. You can't just do this. And the new stuff that was coming out, you know, and I didn't want to walk around with my face all covered up. That was just creepy. And, you know, my deaf friend, I would run into her every so often. But when I would stop at her house, it was on the small piece of dirt road that led to the actual gate. And, you know, that town is freaking hot as hell. So we'd usually be sitting out on the porch because her husband was too cheap to run air conditioning.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's 110. Sorry, you can't run the AC. It's not going to really cool the trailer down anyway.
Oh, no.
And it's a trailer in the baking sun.
Oh, my God.
With no trees over it. And it's 110.
It's like a damn oven.
Yeah, so we would sit on the porch in the shade with the fans.
Oh,
the hand fans. Look at me. I'm doing the motions like people could see. Excuse me. Anyway, she had to ask me to stop coming to see her at her house because she was catching so much shit from ex-members or from members.
Oh, because they saw you showing up.
And they would drive by doing 2 miles an hour, shooting daggers into your eyeballs, whipping out notebooks, I guess you know to write.
Oh, my God.
Debriah was at Kashakya's at 2:33 on Friday afternoon.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm supposing, why else would they be whipping out
Right,
notebooks?
oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. I can't even imagine, like, taking notes like that. That is crazy.
Well, can you imagine your place being bugged? Or you're the person who has to listen in on all this shit? I mean, I really want to come across an ex-member who was in charge of listening, watching, what was going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure they heard a shitload of shit.
A shitload of shit.
A shitload of shit. And my trailer out on the acreage where the feasts are held, I know that was bugged because it belonged to an elder before he got excommunicated. Mm-hmm. And Kenny got a lot of money from a settlement, and suddenly we owed a $10,000 piece of shit trailer.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't even go on vacation with that money. Nope. We sent everybody else on vacation.
Oh, that's right. They went to Vegas.
Yeah, they went to Vegas and blew it all.
And had shrimp.
And strippers and fire twirlers and cheese and milk products. And they probably even had ice cream while they were there.
Oh, man.
And, you know, what's funny is, now that I think about it, my good friend who tried to write me that letter and get me back in, right? She wanted to show me pictures of something, okay? This is back in the film days when you get film developed.
Oh, yeah.
And you put them in actual little books.
Yep.
Okay? So she's showing me something, and I don't even remember why she was showing it to me. And I flipped the page of the book backwards by like a page or two too much. And there's her daughter, who's about 4 years old, and a girl that I really didn't quite get along with but tolerated. But she was friends with this girl, right?
Okay.
They're sitting in my jacuzzi bathtub.
What?
Well, I'm over spotting green ears of barley on Mount Zion. And not only that, Kenny put a heater on it so that the water would constantly stay hot. Because a bathtub jacuzzi,
it's going to get cold.
The
just
water
like a regular
gets cold.
bath. Yeah.
Right? But with the heater on it, it stays hot for as long
What
as
did
you're
they
in
break
it.
in?
They had a key to feed my dog and my bird.
And they decided to take a bath.
They decided to use my swimming pool and have a jacuzzi party in my bathroom.
What the hell's up with that?
Would you be offended too?
I would be pissed off.
Okay, now here's the thing. The pictures that I came across, they decided it would be cute to put a lot of shampoo into the water as it was bubbling. And the bubbles were all the way to the ceiling. And all you could see was her daughter's little face poking out of the bubbles, laughing. And the other girl that I really didn't like much. And all I kept thinking was, that bitch was in my tub. That bitch was in my tub. And she's like, oh, you weren't supposed to see those, okay?
Oh my God. Oh, I would be so pissed.
I was pissed. But here's the thing, the girl that I didn't really like much, that was in my tub, she took off her really good, thick, silver chain necklace.
Did it go down the drain?
She left it on the counter.
Did you sell it?
I wore it to services every service, and she sat right across the aisle from me. And you know she couldn't come ask me for it.
Right, because she wasn't supposed to be there.
She wasn't supposed to be in my house using my shit.
Oh my God.
You know, if you're gonna not like me and not talk to me, and
Don't take a bath in my house.
If I say hi to you and you just kind of eyeball roll me and grunt at me,
right,
you're making your displeasure known.
Right.
Why the hell are you coming in my house taking a bath in my tub while I'm out of the country doing God's work?
Oh my God.
Yeah, apparently.
Why would you take a bath in someone else's house?
Because it was a jacuzzi tub.
I don't care.
I don't think they were in there washing themselves. I think they were sitting in there like it was a freaking jacuzzi after they swam in my pool all damn day, probably. God. With their achy muscles.
Oh my God.
But you know, you ruin the motors to those when you throw shampoo and stuff in there to make it. That's why they tell you not to do that in fountains. Not only is it harmful to the birds and wildlife who might be drinking out of those fountains,
right,
it kills the pumps and everything associated with them. Shall we do it to your pond? Hell
no.
Why not?
You just answered that.
I didn't answer a damn thing. It hasn't been running in years. We can make it a bubble pond.
A bubble pond, no.
We could have bubble guppies with the bubble pond.
I'm sure that'd last for a long time.
I don't know. Okay, what else do I have? I don't know. What time is it? Good Lord, I'm going to be so early that I can do stuff at home before I have to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I had... did you know the Amazon's on fire?
Yes, I saw that.
Do you realize that Amazon tribes were given the rights to their forest 5 weeks ago by law? They went to white man court and fought for their tribes and tribal lands. And they were given the right to their forest 5 weeks ago, okay?
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks ago, their forest began to burn because of the Brazilian government. All because they want money. Because
everything's about money.
See, look, that's them on the front page that they won.
God. And then all of a sudden it starts to burn.
Now all of us, yep. Because
how convenient.
How convenient, sorry. And they're it's genocide. They're clearing the land and they're going to end up getting what they want anyway. And that's bullshit. Stand up, people. When are we going to realize that we are more than the lunatics who run this planet? The Amazon creates 20% of our oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not get this?
Most people don't.
Okay, Laura, anybody out there, okay, I've talked to my mom about this. We all know I'm slightly crazy, right?
Okay.
We're killing the planet, okay? And the only thing that makes sense to me is that aliens are here and destroying the planet because they want a desert planet. And they like plastic. I don't know.
Like plastic.
They created the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
We're killing the planet.
I agree with that.
Do you think that? But they have to live on this planet also.
Okay, maybe they're little man's aliens.
I don't know. We have to keep up on Area 51 and see if
we do.
See if anything happens there.
Mm-hmm. When's that date? Is it September?
The 20th.
Of what, September?
Yes.
Okay.
And I found a church I'm going to join.
Uh-oh.
Did you ever think you'd hear that out of my mouth?
Hell no.
Okay. The United Church of Bacon. Bacon is our God because bacon is real.
Oh, there you go.
That's a church I can get behind.
Bacon.
When we went away to the mountains, I think we cooked 4 pounds of bacon that morning, and it was gone. Who wants to join the bacon church? You gonna join bacon church with me?
I'll join the bacon church.
Join the bacon church. Oh, and by the way, anytime you're going through anything, a year from now, everything that you're stressed out right now won't mean a thing. Have you realized that in your head yet, Laura?
Yeah.
You know, the thing you're stressing about right now, today, like, oh my God, I'm going to die if whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A year from now, you're going to go, oh, that really wasn't that big or bad, you know? So just be thankful, smile more, spend more time with the people who love you. Don't stress the small things, and don't let anyone take away your happiness. You know what I mean? I hate when people suck other people's joy and happiness away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. You didn't do any homework this week.
So
anybody who wants to gripe gets to gripe at Laura. I'm throwing her under the bus.
We need a little section like Kenny's Corner. We need a throw Laura under the bus corner.
Throw Laura under the bus, baby.
And you'll have tons of stuff for that.
Well, Denise, I've been talking to you. I mean, I got way off on her question about stages and this and that, but I tried to answer it.
Yeah.
Been texting her back and forth. We were actually supposed to talk at one point, but through the magic of life, it really didn't happen yet. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I do have one more thing for everybody. Okay. I'm going to read this, if I can figure out where I put it. Okay. I didn't write this one either. Wish I knew who'd give the credit to, okay? Life is amazing. And then it's awful. And then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living, heartbreaking, soul healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life, and it's breathtakingly beautiful.
Sums it up pretty well.
But we have a song dedication to go with that to everybody out there who's just trying to get on with life and have a better day than they did yesterday. Green Day, it's actually the real title of it. It's called Good Riddance, but it's Time of Your Life.
Oh, I like that song.
I love that song too. But everybody out there, I hope you're having the time of your life, because this is what you got. It saddens me when like people are putting off what they want to do, what they like to do, having fun, because they're in search of a heaven after life. That, you know, well, I can't do this because it's a sin and I won't get into heaven. I guess we're brainwashed from the time we're born. You're given a name, a religion, a nationality, a language, and shoved through whatever public school system wants to feed you that year. Thankfully, I did not have to deal with Common Core. But guys, as always, we're kind of out of time, and tried to answer some questions and some things and entertain, and I don't know. I need a nap.
You and me both.
Yeah, but I gotta go home and... Oh, I started cleaning my house out. It looks good.
What?
Yeah. See, if you came over, you'd know what it looked like before. But anyway, Mel asked, thank you so much for the gifts.
Yes, thank you. We will post pictures.
I will be writing your postcard tonight. I can't guarantee if it's going to be me or Drunk Deb, though, because it will be after work, sometime between 11 and 2. 11 and 2.
Do a little bit of each. That would be funny.
I got a lot of postcards to write out.
Write out half of them when you're not drunk, and then write out the rest of it when you are.
I'm going to be lucky enough to get these things written out and in the mail. Come on.
Just a suggestion.
I have gotten up and put it in my busy schedule to actually design them, go to the print shop, go make sure the design was right, go gripe at them that they weren't ready for my vacation because I was going to write them while I was at the lake. And now I have them. And I still have that damn CD that I can't see. And I left it at home, so we can't even watch it today.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Next week.
Oh, well.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Everything is next week.
It goes on a list is all I can tell you.
I know.
Well, guys, help where you can. Be kind. Be happy. Be all kinds of pagany stuff.
And reach out for help if you need it.
Yes, we've posted lifelines and this and that, and I'm always here. So, and we have some exciting news coming. But I can't tell you.
Okay.
But I'll tell you after we get off.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time. Look, I'm waving again.
There you go. It's Laura.
And Deb, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.